Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. Currently a really windy day and we're going out foraging. We're on the west coast and we've had massive tides and really strong winds. Fingers crossed we can get some scallops or some clams. I'm hoping that the water's churned them up a little bit, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can get something to cook. It's Smash Fishing. Woo! Oh, it's an empty one. That's one of the clam species we're going to be targeting today. That's the Venus clam. That could be the banded Venus clam. That's got the little stripes on it. There's a few different species and they're all delicious. It's a cracking sized Pacific rock oyster there. Get quite a few in this beach now. They never used to be here. Slowly making a little comeback here. They're not native to Guernsey, but I like to see them. It brings more fish in to feed on them. There's some huge abundance of dulse around at the moment. Seems to be loads of it. Lots of sea lettuce, which is the green sort of thrilly one here. And there's absolutely tons of it. It's nice to see this time of year that we got so much dulse, because summer months we didn't have a huge amount. It's nice to see, and you can always recognize the dulse with the burgundy sort of colors and the frilly sort of limbs to it. Beautiful. What I'm doing at the moment, guys, I'm walking up to my crab pot. I haven't checked it in over 2 months. Just trying to get out that wind. I haven't checked it in over 2 months, so I need to go see if it's still alive. I've got some bait with me, so fingers crossed we can get to it and possibly bait it up for the future. We're at the crab pot now, guys. Fingers crossed she's still there. What I'll do is I'll come down on a really calm day one time with my spearfishing stuff on, and I'll go dive and get my rope back. It wouldn't have gone far because it's a 30-kilo pot. Problem at the moment, we've had force 8 winds westerly straight into this coast. So what it does is it just batters them around and eventually something's going to break. So we'll get it next time. Nothing in that one. Nothing under that one. Got one little lobster here, guys. What's that? A little male, no claws on it. You can see where they're starting to grow back. Tiny little male in this hole. Probably showering himself from the weather at the moment. I bet there's a lot of lobsters hiding around. But nice to find one nonetheless. Shame it's not a keeper. This right here, guys, this is spaghetti weed. And this is probably one of my more favourite seaweeds. If you fry it up, it's actually delicious. Got a little bit of a crunch to it. Goes great with any sort of seafood. Pepper dulse is really nice if you like mustard. If you like a mustardy taste, then you'll like that stuff. First clam of the day, nice sized Venus clam there. That's exactly what we're after. I'm just mooching around because the sea bottom has been moved a lot by the heavy winds and the tide. So fingers crossed we can get a lucky scallop. Oh, loads of fish. Baby squat lobster there. What else we got in here? Little baby brown edible crab. It's not a huge amount. Get it down. I'm at the clam beds now, guys. So what I'm going to do, you can see how the mounds have just been turned over. I'm literally just going to walk my way around the gullies and see what we can find. There's sometimes you can find a really big clams, the Dosinia clams, and they are absolutely delicious. It's always worth just raking the edges sometimes because they do bury themselves back in the sand. Don't know if you can see it, guys. This is what we wanted. That's the Dosinia clam. They're beasts. Look at the size of that one. That's a lovely size one as well. These are great eating. If we can get 4 or 5 of these, I'm going to be absolutely chirping. I've only just started clam foraging and we found one already. You beauty. They are really hard to spot today, but look at that. Just on the side there, you can see the meat inside that. These are brilliant clams to forage. Second one down. They are really hard to spot because they've started to bury themselves again. But we're slowly getting there. Finding plenty of scallop shells, but just not the thing. I'm quite high up the beach at the moment, so hopefully when we get further down we might find one. But this beach, you only usually find them when they're oh no, she's dead. You only usually find them after a storm, so there's not a huge chance, but you just never know. You can always tell a live clam. It's always sitting up this way. All the dead ones will be laying flat. There you go, nice sized Venus there. Found this shell here. This is a slipper limpet. It's not native to the UK, but great to see though, and apparently these are a pretty good bait. If you use them as bait, leave it in the comments. I'll be interested to see what you catch on these. I've never used them before. Check this clam out, guys. I've just picked it up to show you, and that's really chewy, that big appendage that comes out. It's really strange to see. Nice size Venus there. That's going to go in the bag. But I just wanted to show you this. It's got a big tongue that comes out to dig it in the sand. Awesome to see. Something you find a lot on the gravel beds. This is a sand eel. This is what all the bass and all sorts come to feed on these. And when I was walking around, there seems to be loads of them just flipping around on the floor. But watch out, buddy. A seagull sees you, you're going to go down. It's a cracking sized clam, that one. Beautiful size. They don't really get a lot bigger than that, the Venus clams. This one right here, guys. This is the warty Venus clam. I'm not a big fan of these, so I don't usually keep them. But they're awesome. You can tell by the ribbed lining of it. Brilliant little clam. They look amazing. But that's not my cup of tea, so that can go back. We're looking for those big Dosinias, baby. Another beauty right here. Look at that one. And you can see where a dog whelks tried to drill a hole in it. But these have got such thick shells, it takes a long time to go through. If you want to check a clam, just push it from side to side. And if it pops open, it's obviously dead. If not, then that's going in the cook pot. Starting to find a few more clams around here now. Another one there. Another one there. Oh no, it's just a dead one, that. Two more clams down. Oh, is that one? There we go. Look at that, guys. That's 3 different types of clam there. They're all edible in Guernsey. I'm not sure what the different species are. They're all Venus clams, but you can see all 3 are different. Couple more really nice ones there. I keep finding loads of scallop shells, big scallop shells as well, and I just can't get one. Trying to find a live one, you see, they're everywhere. Come on, you scallops. This wind is like drying my eyeballs out at the moment. We got a 4-6 wind straight in the face. Haven't found any scallops yet. I found shells absolutely everywhere, but starting to build up a nice bag of clams. So that's always good. I'm just looking around the rocks here because often the scallops will just get stranded in here. But it's not looking good at the moment. And fingers crossed, we can find something cool. Cracking clam. Look at the size of that one. That's what you call a Dosinia clam. That's a beast. That is an absolute beast, that. Oh yeah. I'm just literally working my way along the water's edge here. Lots of green bottles. Found a blue one not long ago. Oh, is that another one? Yeah, baby, look at the size of them. Those are beauties. Pretty colours on that one. It's got bits of orange, red, all sorts. Still no luck on the scallops. So I'm gonna go back to the main bed and then try and find some more of these big Dosinia clams. We're starting to get a good haulful now, so I don't want to take too many more. Another species of clam here, guys. This is the cockle. A little bit of seaweed on it. It's a nice big one as well. We've got a few different species today. Doing well. I'm going to pop around the corner because I know where there's a little lobster hole. Just on the off chance that we might find one, so always worth a go. check this out, guys. This right here is a lady crab that has literally just molted. There we go. There's its shell. It's literally as soft as ever. That'd be a brilliant bass bait. They shed their shell and they take on water to expand, and then the shell will harden back up, and then they stay that size. It just shows how bigger they really get. That's wicked. Go on, buddy, you want to be hiding in there, because if a bass sees you, you are a big time goner. Anyone know what that is? It's just a hard sort of casing. I have no idea what that is. I don't really want to touch it either. It's like a hard bulbous case. It's almost like a sea urchin, but it's definitely not, I don't think. Big old exanthro crab down there, hiding from the elements. This gully has been absolutely trashed by the tide. Because it's been those big storms, it's completely washed all the boulders up. Brown crab down there. Nice sized brown crab there. And this is Haliotis tuberculata, the green ormer or abalone. We can't forage any of these till January. It's massive laws on these, very strict. Awesome to see though, the colours are brilliant. I love to see the ormers. See all the crabs trying to hide away from the tide. Got two up there. Awesome to see. Lots of brown crabs. And they're all getting tucked away, which I'm not surprised. The way this gully's been battered, I'd be hiding up there too. That rain's coming down now. It's absolutely belting it down. All part of the fun though. If you're on the beach, you gotta expect to get wet. 4-6 winds, absolutely horrible rain, and we're still trying to find some clams. You can see I'm not alone on this beach. There's a massive group of foragers there. They're going out just looking at all the species in the rock pools. I love seeing that. I love seeing all the kids coming out with their parents, going out foraging. They're in a 4-6 wind. Fair play to them. Lovely sized rockling. Come here. This right here, guys, this is the rockling. They're slippery. They almost look like a little catfish. They're little whiskers. Lovely to see. Keep them back in there. The tide's coming up now, so I'm not going to be staying here very long. Loads of little brown crabs and stuff under there. Got some fresh seawater there, guys. So when I get home with my bag of clams, I'm going to leave them purged for about 5 hours before I cook them. Got quite a little sack of clams now. Look at that, I've got some beauties. Really nice ones. Dosinia clams as well. Didn't find any scallops whatsoever, but loads of shells. Problem is they're deeper around here because we're on an island. The water drops off very quickly, so they're just out of reach, I think. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to head home now, and we're going to purge these clams, then we're going to eat them. A huge ormer shell there, beautiful size. See the mother of pearl effect in there? The abalone you've seen before, that's exactly what's inside them. And people use this in violins and guitars, all sorts. There's live slipper limpets there. God, stuck together well. And that's what they do. They stack each other one on top, and you can get a massive bunch of them as well. These are becoming more and more popular over here. I can't pop them off. I'm going to leave them to it. But that's how they survive. It's just stacking on top of each other. And that's the American slipper limpet. Back home now, guys. Got our fresh seawater here. So all I like to do is just get a good load of that in there. So there you go. You see there's not much grit. And by the morning, I've decided to leave these purge overnight because I haven't got time to cook them now. So all I'm going to do is dunk all of the clams in here. I checked them on the beach to make sure we didn't have any funny ones. Just like so. There we go. Perfect amount of clams there for one person. And what they will do is expel all of their grit, all of the impurities as the night progresses. And I'll show you what that looks like in the morning after they have expelled it, and you'll be surprised how much they actually get rid of. So all I do now, put the lid on and leave it in the fridge. And there you can see our clams, and you can see how much grit has been expelled from them. It's quite surprising how much grit really comes out. Look at that. That's mental. So I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to get our ingredients ready. So what we've got is one garlic clove, finely chopped. And I've got a shallot here that I'm going to chop as well. And that's what we're going to be cooking it in. Good old Guernsey butter, lemon, with shallot and garlic, baby. So what I'm going to do, I've got the good old chili oil. I'm going to put a little glug of chili oil in there. I'm going to add our shallots and garlic. What I'm going to do is just simmer these down for a little bit. Just going to soften them up so the flavour comes out. And then we'll add a good old dose of Guernsey butter. What I've got here, guys, some good old black pepper. I'm going to get a big dose of that in there. And some good old sea salt. And all I'm doing is just sweating these down a little bit so I can get all of the flavours out. Turn that down a little bit, we don't want to burn it. You're going to have that little bit of spice from the chili oil, and you've got the lovely flavour of the garlic and the shallots. Then we got a good old block of Guernsey butter. So I'm going to melt that down into there. All these little flavours are going to mix up nicely and create almost like a sauce for the clams to cook in. Just got a little glass of water here. I'm just going to add a little bit to make a bit of steam in the pot. And there we go. That smells absolutely fantastic. Last of all, we got the good old lemon. So I'm going to add a big chug of lemon in there. Mix that up. And that's perfectly ready for our clams to go in. There you go, guys. That's the clams all nicely washed off now. All the grit's out. So all I do is chuck them straight in the pot. Beautiful. And those are going to simmer in that nicely. And once they're all open, I'm going to give them an extra 30 seconds to a minute. And they're ready to eat. Damn, that's smelling good. All starting to open. They open quite quickly, guys, so they don't need a huge amount of cooking. Yum. So there we go, guys. Nice big clam cook. The weather's been horrible at the moment, so it's been a bit difficult to get out. And that's the Dosinia clams. You can see how much meat's actually inside those. Oh yeah. Yum. You can see that big chunky piece of meat. Mmm. I haven't had none of them in a while. That's delicious. Get a bit of sauce on there. That's the Venus clam, a bit like a cockle, very similar, but just a bit bigger. Let's go for one of these giant clams. Look at the size of the meat in that one. Oh yeah, you can't beat that. By far my favourite, hands down. I just love how big they are. Maybe with a bit of French bread or something to dip. Forgot to get that, I should have really. Oh, that's a monster. Look at the meat in that. There's not much waste with these. The amount of meat you get in for the size of the clams, the ratio is pretty good. Not one bit of grit in these either. And that's the Venus clam there. There's quite a few different types of Venus clam. That's why I don't try and name them all, because they're all edible. They're all perfectly good to eat. But there's so many names, I just get confused with them. Get it in that sauce. If I get any clams like this, where they're a bit dark, I don't eat them, just because I don't like the look of it really. If they're nice and like a nice opaque colour, that's the ones I tend to go for. I just don't take any risks with it. It'll probably be fine, probably won't hurt you, but I always try and avoid stuff like that. And if your clams don't open when you cook them, don't bother trying to force them open, just don't eat them. Because you want to avoid being ill. Dogs are off on one. So stay tuned for the next episode, guys. If you like my channel, like and subscribe. If you want some merch, which I don't have on, the link will be in the description. It's Smash Fishing. Woo! Lovely sized Venus clam there. Nice big, oh,